I have this theory that the people who do the hat on in the weird direction and the right up there with the people who do the weird lip piercing, which is they're fucking with you. Like it's antisocial. First off, it's saying, here's how most people wear their hat. I don't wear my hat that way. I wear it in a super uncomfortable, unattractive way that does nothing for me, and it shades the side of my neck. It does not keep the sun out of my eyes. It doesn't keep the hair out of my face. I will fuck myself up. It's right up there with I wear my pants somewhere around mid-crack line, like about half ass crack mass, like my balls died and my pants are flying at half crack. Like, first off, you think it's comfortable to wear pants that are around your fucking hips?
How can you even walk like that?
If a fucking car came around a corner, you'd get run over, and I'd be the first one cheering, by the way. Yeah. No, it's not comfortable to wear your hat. I wear ball caps all the time. They're sort of shaped to fit your head, which does kind of have a direction to it. It's
not just sort of.
Yeah, it's not a beach ball. It's got a little shape to it. And the hats and the caps are made. When you pull them sideways, it's kind of like wearing, it's like wearing underpants where you're going to, stick a leg through where the waist would go and put the leg up around your waist. Like, it's fucking uncomfortable. Now, that's uncomfortable. Also, having multiple hoops through your lower lip. I do not believe aids in your eating, lovemaking, your speech and debate class. It does not help you get a job.
Yeah,
it doesn't help you do anything.
Could help with ziplining.
It's a very subtle way and not so subtle way of going, fuck you. I'm uncomfortable. I want you to feel my discomfort. I want you to feel discomfort. This hat, it's an apparel equivalent to you having a booger that's going in and out of your nose as you laugh like a piston, or you having a piece of broccoli on your front tooth. It's fucking me up. And I know, but the broccoli and the booger, you're unaware of. The hat, you're in charge of. And you know what you're saying. It's antisocial. It's fuck you. And the lip thing, it's forcing me to go, ow, that looks like it hurts. And then I have to do what if that got caught on something? And then I do that, what if you're eating one of those little mini chops, those little lamb chops? It's like appetizer, you get sauté. You get the saute spear, and it like somehow goes through there, and it pulled away or something. Or
I'd actually managed to never think about that. But now I feel yucky.
Now you're forced to.
Yeah.
Right. This is an antisocial fuck you, think about me, and this. And there's a million versions of it. There's a million. There's a tattoo version of it. There's a piercing version of it.
There's a hair color
I'm going to wear
version
my
of it.
hat. I'm going to wear my hair. I'm going to take the fucking baffles out of the pipes of my Harley so you can hear me. There's a hear me, look at me, see me, feel me thing. And my thing is, just fuck off.
You've got it locked to HTLA Radio 1, New York.
This program is intended for mature audiences only. If you have any homicidal or suicidal feelings, please consult a doctor before listening to this program.
Yeah, you want to consult that doctor, let me tell you, because it's all going to hell in a handbasket. Game over, man. Game over. Ah, my God. 3 p.m. Eastern, of course, right now in the Big Apple, the big city that is the city that never sleeps. And you are, of course, listening to HTLA Radio 1, New York's best talk. And coffee and cigarettes for the Wednesday grinder. And, oh, McGurd, we got a hell of a screw. It's just all going to hell. It's all over. It's game over, man. Today in the coffee shop, Wednesday Mayhem. Yes, absolutely. It's an all-out, who the hell knows what's going on. Purina is killing dogs. We can't piss off Iran, of course, as I told you about those stories earlier in the week, because of, it would screw up diplomatic relations. Yeah, today, as they blow up a replica of a U.S. warship, Iran did. Yeah. And, of course, continue building their nuclear arms. Why not? It's all gone to hell, and your only hope, ladies and gentlemen, is to take shelter with yours truly, Jenny, Louie, Kirstie, and George. So come on, I'm serious, absolutely serious. We are your last best hope for life after today. So come on in and grab a gun, have some ammo, and have some fun. It is indeed coffee time. Well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's all over. Yeah, now I know why they call it Hump Day. Yes, I do. Well, welcome to Coffee and Cigarettes on HTLA's New York's best talk radio right here, Coffee and Cigarettes. Yours truly, the one, the only Chris Crash Jesus Taylor, on the boom with you today. And, of course, the one, the only social media goddess, Jenny McCartney, in the booth, pushing those buttons, making the show go. And, as always, we have our lovely fine / co-host / guest guys, girls, people. Yes. It's just going to be a nutty show today. I'm just telling you right now, be prepared. Fasten the seatbelts, hold on to your butts, whatever you got to do, because it's just going to be nutty today. It is, and well, there's really nothing more to say to that end. So, I guess without further ado, welcome to the show. Of course, this brought to you by Tim Hortons, New York City, now with 8 fine locations in the city to serve your coffee and baked goods needs. And indeed, I'm going to petition the government, actually, to make those 8 locations fallout shelters officially in the city, because if we do have to suffer a nuclear attack at the hands of Iran, well, I know I'm not going out without my Tim Hortons, that's for sure. Also, a reminder that today's show is...
powered by Procast.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, Procast Global, the corporation that will rise from the nuclear ashes of Iran's buggery and rebuild humanity as we know it. Yes, Procast Global. Joining me, as always, from his underground bunker underneath Mill Bay Studios in beautiful Mill Bay, British Columbia, Canada, is, of course, the one, the only, Louie Lawless. Louie, do you have your helmet on?
You know how to spell my last name on the check, right? It's Louie Lawless.
Absolutely, yes.
Can you give me any help for $25,000?
Well, you're actually not going to need $25,000 because when the nuclear war starts, of course, you'll need to trade things because, of course, the economy will just be gone. So you're going to have to trade things, and I think, well, I'm not sure, but I think the only thing you have to trade is sex.
Oh, can we cuss? Can I cuss as I always do on the show?
No, today, yeah. Screw it. I don't care. You go right ahead.
You know why, Chris? Because you're such a control freak. You don't want anyone to tell you what to do.
Really? Is that? Yeah, you think so, huh?
No, I don't.
Well, what can you do when you live in the proverbial concrete bunker shoe under the city? Yeah. So welcome to the show, Louie. It's good to have you here as always, and please keep the booing and screaming to a minimum. Also joining us here from her undisclosed bunker location is the one, the only Kirstie Alley.
A lot of the times we are happy with each other because we're together and we are our own support system.
We got to be.
So But right now, I mean, I feel good. I feel great to be here. It does give you a viewpoint of you should freaking feel good to be here.
Well, you should. And, well, yes, there you are, George. Yeah. From his underground bunker underneath his beautiful Los Angeles home is, of course, the one, the only George Takei. George, thank you for making the connection, as it were, today for the show in your bunker. Yeah.
I think it's a treat to be here talking with you.
I may be the last voice you hear. Yes, I may. It might be it.
Okay, good. We're in pretty good company.
Well, we are, Kirstie. We are, and we're ready to get going on here. But before I do, I'm going to take a little extra time out to hang with the peeps here today. And now, Kirstie, you're still doing Jenny Craig, right?
Well, I'm doing Jenny Craig, and I'm the Jenny Craig spokesperson. Yeah. I did it before. I lost weight. I kept it off for 3 years. Then I started slowly gaining it back. To me, they wanted to help me. You can't really help someone unless they want help. I'm really sticking to the program, and the difference this time for me is that I'm really hard-headed. It's like, I used to be a cocaine addict, right? Well, right. Addict, whatever you want to call him. But I'm hard-headed, so it took me 4 times to go, I'm not doing this anymore. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are. And then the last time I was just like, this is ruining my life. Once I come to that point with anything, that's what I've come to with gaining weight. This is freaking wasting my time, ruining my life, and I'm sort of an analytical person. So it's like, I'm done.
Okay. Well, good. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes.
Yes!
All right. And, of course, the one, the only George Takei, yes, Lieutenant/Captain Sulu from the Star Trek franchise, both television series and film extraordinaire. George, give the folks a little rundown about you.
I'm George Takei, and when I'm walking down the street, people shout out, "Hey, Sulu!" So I'm known more as Sulu than as George Takei, which is what I really am.
Well, there you go. I'm going to do it, too. You know what? Tell us about Bobby, please.
The boys around me were saying things like, Sally is cute, or Monica is hot.
Yeah.
And I thought Sally and Monica were nice, but who really got me excited was Bobby.
Oh, yeah. Hey, tell everybody about Bobby's body, huh?
What particularly was exciting was he had blonde forearm hair, and he was tan. That glistened. That's what caught my eye when I first saw it.
Right.
He had his T-shirt on, but you can see that he had great pectoral T-shirts. And then to see it all, and his whole gorgeous body.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm enjoying some Orville Redenbacher, so why don't you tell them about the political activism, George?
Well, actually, what shaped my life is what happened to all Japanese Americans during the Second World War. Pearl Harbor was bombed, and overnight, American citizens of Japanese ancestry were looked at with suspicion and fear and outright hatred, simply because we happened to look like the people that bombed Pearl Harbor. And we were put in barbed wire American prison camps. They called them internment camps, but they were really, for all rights and purposes, concentration camps. There were sentry towers with the machine guns pointed at us, and when I made the night runs from the barracks to the latrine, searchlights followed us. But for me, as a 5-year-old at that time, I thought it was kind of nice that the searchlights lit the way for me to pee. So I adjusted. Children are amazingly adaptable, and that became the normality in my life. Lining up 3 times a day to eat a noisy mess hall, complain about the lousy food, became routine. And when the war ended, we came back to Los Angeles. Many people did not, because they were so embittered by the experience on the West Coast. And as I grew up, as a teenager, I started reading civics books and history books, and I saw nothing in that about my childhood experience. But I read the glorious chapters about our democracy. And so I engaged my father in long discussions after dinner, trying to reconcile our imprisonment during the war and all the ideals that I've been reading about. And my father said to me, our democracy is a people's democracy. It can be as great as a people can be, but it's also as fallible as people are. And our democracy is vitally dependent on good people being actively engaged in the process. And shortly after that, he took me to the Adlai Stevenson for President headquarters, and he volunteered me. And that's how I got introduced to political activism. It was a lot of fun, but by that time I was starting to understand something about our democracy.
Yeah. Oh. Huh. Okay, well, that's, pretty good. Oh. What about you, Kirstie? You must have some long, drawn-out thing to say while I eat the rest of my popcorn.
I've said too much.
No. Okay, you mean I actually got to work now?
Use power. That's why power is corrupt, and it is. We see it every day. We see it in every job. It's the same thing.
Right. Okay, well. Oh, hey. Wait a minute. What the hell am I talking about? Louie, you got a nice long story about Mr. T, don't you?
Mr. T would be proud of you.
Yeah. I know. I'm trying to eat my popcorn. Tell the story.
You would have loved the guy. Never drank, never smoked, did drugs, nothing. He had only one obsession, and that was women.
He just pitied the fool, and yeah.
If you think that you were clever with women, he wouldn't stand a candle with this guy.
Oh, no.
Or Muhammad Ali was another one with women. I did 2 films with him.
Yeah.
We were doing a big boxing movie with 200 or 300 people in the stand, and he walked in and had beside him stood his macho honcho, and those were all the Muslims in those days. They had those little thin ties and suits.
Yeah.
And he would point at the females, and he went and got him and gave him a note, and every 20 or 30 minutes they would go into his dressing room. But they were only talking about negotiations, I'm sure, right?
Oh, yeah, it's all about the business, yeah.
It's all about the business, yes.
Well, thank you for that, Louie. Yeah, that's good. And, I think I've had my fill now. I'm ready to actually get back to work.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
All right, well, one of the things, of course, that we reported yesterday on Coffee and Cigarettes was about that lovely missionary lady there. No, not missionary style. The missionary lady, now, come on, the church lady from Seattle there who's being held prisoner in Africa. Well, of all places, yeah. Well, get this. They want $300,000 for her. Yeah. In Abuja, Nigeria, Nigerian police say that the armed men who abducted an American missionary earlier this week in southern Nigeria have demanded a ransom of nearly $300,000.
I bribe children. I pay them $10 an hour.
I know. Yes. So with $300,000, you could have, your slave children for the next 38 years. Yeah. 38.2, actually. Yeah. Well, the Kogi State Police Commissioner Adeyemi Oju, I'm not even going to say that name at all. Not going to happen. Nope. Police Commissioner Adeyemi, I'll call him that. He said Wednesday that Reverend Phyllis Sorter, a missionary associated with the Free Methodist Church, was kidnapped from the Hope Academy compound in Emiworo Monday morning. Adeyemi, along with senior police officers, visited the site of the abduction Wednesday. He said police are collaborating with security forces to ensure a secure return to Sorter. He said the armed men thought they could get money by kidnapping Sorter because she is an American, but discouraged negotiations. Have they not heard that we don't negotiate with terrorists? Haven't they heard that? I don't know. The police commissioner said Sorter, among many projects, is working on to mitigate disputes between the Fulani cow herders and farmers. Yes, terrorism is scary, folks. Yes, it is, because Of course, they're all cow herders and farmers. They get guns. Yes, that's what does it. That's what does it. Well, that's all the word we have today. Of course, because there is no negotiations with us. So that's pretty much the end of that, and I guess the end of her.
You are a douchebag.
Yeah, I know, I am.
Okay, good. We're in pretty good company.
There you go, see? See? There we go. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, those of you listening to the lovely show today, you mark my words, we are your survival team. For the coming Iranian nuclear apocalypse, which we'll get into very shortly here, we're the guys and girls that are going to keep you alive after this Holocaust. And yes, I'm, of course, speaking of the social media goddess Jenny McCartney in the booth, pushing those buttons, making the show go. I'm also talking about Louie Lawless. You need a filmmaker and an actor in any apocalypse. I don't care who you are. You just have to.
All right, go a half an hour. Do I get 50,000?
No. And, of course, Kirstie Alley from her undisclosed bunker. She's a fun mom. You won't get any better than Kirstie Alley.
I think I'm a fun mom most of the time, but I think I really expect a work ethic.
Yeah.
So there's no slackers.
No.
And it drives me nuts when somebody sleeps in past 11 o'clock.
Oh, I thought she was going to say noon. Yeah, and of course, you can't survive any nuclear holocaust without a gay Japanese man. You just can't. I mean, think about it. We're all out there. We're trying to live off the land and keep away from the aliens. Oh no, wait. I'm talking about nuclear holocaust. I get confused. So and we're sitting in some dark bunker somewhere, and we're all hunkered down trying to not get irradiated, and we want to hear about George's gay stories. Those keep us going. Those give us the will to live. Right, George?
As I grew up, I made another discovery. There were places called gay bars.
Right, see? Now, and George, you're like 70 plus something now. You're ancient. So, I mean, you're literally full of stories and stories upon stories of all the gay men that you've been with, and of course because you have that Shakespearean training, you're gonna. It's just gonna be. It's like we've got the complete works of Shakespeare in homosexual plays with George. So we've got nothing but entertainment here.
Okay, good. We're in pretty good company.
That's what I'm talking about. See,
you are a douchebag.
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut. Always hustling. Always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are you going to do? And of course, we do have to go for our first commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to give you the second sign of the Iranian impending apocalypse. And that, of course, is the corporation Purina being taken to court in a huge class action lawsuit because they have been killing dogs. Yeah, we'll be back in 2.
You've got it locked to New York's best talk, HTLA Radio 1.
What if there was a coffee that was sourced from some of the world's most renowned growing regions, abundant with rich, fertile soil? What if this coffee was picked at the perfect moment, then packed meticulously and shipped carefully to be roasted under the watchful eye of coffee masters? What if it was expertly blended, ground, and sealed, ensuring maximum flavor and freshness, then brewed in small batches and always served fresh within 20 minutes, just the way you like it? Now, what if this coffee just happened to be the coffee you already know and love? Tim Hortons. Always fresh. Always great tasting coffee.
Man, I've been to a lot of places over these past 50 years. Seen the whole true north strong and free. 'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Cooksville, Stouffville, Baynesville, Bowmanville, Bonnieville, Unionville, Oakville, Dunville, Brockville, Boucherville, Melville, Drummondville, Kentville, Grenville, Morinville, Maryville, Parksville, Stephenville, Sackville, Spring Hill, Westville, Walkerville, hanging on a windowsill. Hey! He said, wow, that's a lot of places. I said, hang on, there's more. I've been to Moncton, Picton, Shannon, Vernon, Stellarton, Hamilton, Nipigon, Nobleton, Yorkton, Brighton, Bolton, Beaverton, Brandon, Edmonton, Walkerton, Wyerton, Granby, Miramichi, Charlottetown, Burnaby, Yellowknife, White Horse, Corner Brook, none of it. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. I crossed the prairies bare, man. I breathed the mountain air. I've traveled, I've done my share, man. I've been everywhere, man. Check it out. Ottawa, Wawa, Mattawa, Chippewa, Moose Jaw, Oshawa.
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was beautiful. A broom closet. But the worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the Egyptian cotton towels. Shower curtain defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York. Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
Some said the U.S. has lost its innovative power. We said America is lighting the way as the innovation nation. Singular insights, superior execution. That's the power of global connections. Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Voted top global research firm 2011, 12, and 13.
I've been so inspired by being in New York because everything from what people are wearing on the street to the way they're interacting with each other, to drive through the West Village at night and you see a couple kissing on the street, or you see someone fighting outside their apartment, or you see so much humanity on a daily basis that even if you're not inspired by your own life that day, you can be inspired by someone else's life.
You got that long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl face and a tight little skirt. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time, 'cause we never go out, we never style, we never go out of style. Take me out.
There's only one place to get more Taylor. We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
Oh yeah, we are back. Yes, and you are experiencing the apocalypse that is about to be unleashed upon us. With Chris Crash, Jesus Taylor, and coffee and cigarettes today on the Wednesday Grinder for HTLA Radio 1 New York. New York's best talk, of course, because everyone else sucks. Holy Christ, do they suck. It's like I feel like I should start a host school or something and teach them all how to freaking not suck. Yeah, that's what I should do. But I can't do that because we're going to have a war now.
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut, always hustling, always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. It was my life dream to be an actress and have monkeys. I want to have monkeys.
Well, all right, you can have your monkeys then. Bring out your monkeys. That's right. You won't get anywhere else. You will not find the cart of monkeys. Bring out your monkeys. Yeah. So coming back into the show now. Of course, we're starting. Actually, I should say to get into a more serious note. Of course, the final story this afternoon is going to be, Iran and of course the impending nuclear holocaust they're about to unleash on us. Well, of course, our government officials are maintaining a hands-off approach because we don't want to upset Iran. Yes. Yesterday we talked about on Coffee and Cigarettes, of course, ISIS and ISIL and Khorasan and all those great kitchen countertop makers over there in the Middle East. And how they're growing, and now they number 60,000 when, it wasn't all that many months ago, I believe about 6 of them, that the U.S. government first reported to us that ISIS, the terror organization, consisted of only 100 men out in the frickin' desert. And, of course, now 6 months later, they're saying, there's 70,000 of them across 90 different countries. That's what they're saying. Is about the terrorists. So clearly, I'm thinking our strategy is not working out the best, right?
Use power. That's why power is corrupt, and it is. We see it every day. We see it in every job. It's the same thing.
Except for your job, because there's no corruption with you, Louie. You just openly and honestly ask for $25,000.
Can you give me any help for $25,000?
No. Now stop asking. There you go. We're moving into the serious realm here of that segment 3 of today's show with this, which is a lawsuit, a massive lawsuit, in fact. Thousands of people are involved in this class action against Purina. Yes, the American tried and true trusted brand of dog food since 1678 or some bloody thing. And they're being taken to task, of course, because the lawsuit claims that the popular Beneful brand of dog food from Nestle Purina is killing dogs. This report comes, of course, from Top Class Actions. Yes, the lawyers involved. Now, one of the plaintiffs, Frank Lucidio, alleges that one of his 3 dogs died and 2 others became seriously ill because of the dry, quote, kibble food, which the lawsuit blames on unsafe levels of propylene glycol and mycotoxins. The latter are essentially a toxic byproduct of mold. The former is actually an FDA-approved additive that also happens to be a chemical used in antifreeze. Though it's a stand-in for more toxic ethylene glycol, WLWT reports propylene glycol is barred from cat food per FDA, but the vet tells us that it hasn't been proven as dangerous for dogs, so let's obviously give it to them. This won't kill you very fast. Here, eat this. One of Lucidio's attorneys says that the suit has become a class action because similar complaints all over the United States have been piling up over the years. Legal Newsline reports that suit references at least 30,000 online complaints of dogs becoming sick or dying, internal bleeding, liver malfunction, vomiting, diarrhea, dehydration, weight loss are among the consistent symptoms of listening to Coffee and Cigarettes. No, I mean, mentioned. These are the symptoms mentioned, of course, per the suit, which names all 8 kinds of Beneful food. If it's 100 or so, it's like, okay, a lot of dogs eat Beneful, things happen, says lawyer Jeff Caringo. But when I look at over 30,000, holy hell, there's a lot of people out there. He tells DB that he hopes to get court's permission soon to dig into Beneful's ingredients and conduct the necessary tests. As soon as we are able to, and the federal courts move at a fairly rapid rate, we will get discovery, he says. Purina maintains that the suit is without merit and that the food is enjoyed by millions of dogs each year without problems. Yeah. Well, I actually used to train dogs. I did. Years ago, back in my old life, being a Canadian boy out there in the snow. And now I'm a Canadian boy out here in the snow. Wait a minute. It's the same damn thing. What the hell's going on? Well, anyway, yes. All of these dog brands put out absolutely horrid ingredients. But people don't pay attention to that. They pay attention to the marketing and the TV commercials and the cute little puppies. And, well, what do? They buy that product, don't they? Yeah. And, of course, what do we ultimately have here? A big movement in Canada with the Canadian Kennel Association, the CKC, the Kennel Club there, and has been growing in the United States now for about the past 8 or 9 years. with the AKC has been the big movement for dog owners to, of course, switch the foods out to all natural or raw foods, or in actuality what they call real foods, which is actually the things that you and I eat. Yeah, go figure that one. So they do that, and that's growing. But of course, the mainstream public, with their mutts or whatever, they don't do dog shows. They don't really care. They just want a little companion for Joey or whatever the hell it is. And that's really where the problem is lying here, of course. And 30,000 plus in this lawsuit. I mean, that's just staggering.
As long as they have jobs and they're doing well, we can live in a commune.
Yes, we could live in a commune. Yes, but I think a bunker is more appropriate, Allie. And we'll get to that in a second here.
I have compounds for them. I go around when I go around the country, I tour places, even around the world, and I'm going to go look at the lemur compounds to see how the big guys do it.
Well, there you go. And before you know it, before long here, you and I and George and everybody else here will be living in a lemur compound. So just hold on to your butts. We'll be doing that in no time. Now, our next story, our next little hint that it's game over and nobody's going to live after this, is today 3 Brooklyn men have been charged with supporting Islamic State. Yeah. Bada boom, bada bing. Hey, Joey. Hey, Mickey. Let's go down to the pizza place. Yeah, that Brooklyn. Well, one of the 3 Brooklyn men charged today with planning to fight for Islamic State in Syria also allegedly offered to kill President Obama as a little side bonus. Hey.
Okay, good. We're in pretty good company.
Well, we are, see, but it's not just about being in good company. It's about these whack jobs. Yeah?
I think when you see the insanity in things, once I saw the insanity of drugs and really what it was doing to my life, I stopped.
Yeah, well, as you should. Christ, it's drugs. What are you doing? Well, police arrested Akhor Sedekmetov. Sedekmetov, yes. 19 years old, a citizen of Kazakhstan, yet a resident of Brooklyn, at John F. Kennedy Airport today as he attempted to board a flight to Istanbul. Prosecutors say he was en route to Syria, where he planned to fight for the Islamic State in Iraq and the Levant, known as ISIS or ISIL, according to the criminal complaint unsealed in federal court in Brooklyn today. The complaint also charges Absurdasul Hashanovich Jabarayev, 24, and Arbor Habibov, 30, both citizens of Uzbekistan, magically living in Brooklyn. Jubarov and Sedekmetov, yes, whatever, will appear in court later today before U.S. Magistrate Judge Louis Bloom in Brooklyn. Habibov appeared today in a Jacksonville, Florida court. Juboev, screw the names. I don't care.
You are a douchebag.
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. You know what? I didn't move to America to fight for my brethren Habibov and Jurabivov and go away. No. Where the hell is Jack Smith, damn it? God. Well, anyway, these dudes, ISIS-affiliated website that they hang out on, apparently, in August 2014, the Jurabevov, or whatever his name is, said he would kill President Obama if ordered to do so by ISIS. Isn't it nice to know that some sack of crap from Uzbekistan, who just happens to live in Brooklyn now, thanks Immigration Service, anytime you want, I'll just take the car down to good old Washington, D.C. and off the prez. Yeah, just do that. Well, of course, because we know Secret Service is busy on social media, so, yeah, we could probably get away with that.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
Yeah, okay, well... he would kill President Obama if ordered to do so. Sedekmetov allegedly expressed his intent to buy a machine gun and shoot police cars and FBI agents if stopped from joining Islamic State in Syria, the complaint said. Really? Are we sure these aren't like 12-year-old kids on Twitter or something? Really? Really? That you would... what kind of mentality level would you be operating at to actually say that publicly that you have an intent to buy a machine gun and shoot police officers and FBI agents if stopped from joining that Islamic State? Huh?
Tweet. Now we're on Twitter and we tweet together.
Well, okay, that might be the right mentality there.
Give me any help for $25,000?
No, Louie, stop it. God. Well, federal investigators have watched Juraboev and Sedekametov since the summer of 2014 after they posted online that they supported the establishment by force of an Islamic caliphate or dynasty in Iraq and Syria. The complaint said the investigators say the men devised a plan to travel through Turkey to Syria to fight on behalf of ISIS. Juraboev, purchased a plane ticket to travel from New York to Istanbul for March 29th, the complaint said. Juraboev allegedly pledged his allegiance to the Islamic State back on August 8th in a little ceremony, writing on the Uzbek language website, "I am in the USA now, but we don't have any arms. But is it possible to commit ourselves as dedicated martyrs anyway while here? Hey, I'm in the neighborhood. Would you like me to behead anybody on YouTube while I'm here?" Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Well, what I'm saying is to shoot Obama and then get shot ourselves. Will it do? Hey! If I shoot the president, and then we get shot ourselves, is that okay? Can we? Yeah, what is there rules to the club? What, you can't do that. Wait.
That's why power is corrupt. It is. We see it every day. We see it in every job. It's the same thing.
I want to have monkeys.
See, she's got it right.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep it simple, idiots. Have monkeys. Don't ask if it's okay to kill the president and then get killed yourselves. Is that okay? Will that strike fear in the hearts of infidels? Is another question he said. Yeah. Is that going to do? Wow, really? It's like your first day at McDonald's. So if I put 30 patties on this and put them through the thingy here, and then make my Big Mac. What if I put 32? Will that be okay? Oh, this is laughable. Do you realize how simple it is to deal with this supposed terrorist thing, but nobody else but me actually sees it?
He called me, and he called me, and he kept calling me, and I wouldn't answer the phone.
Louie, these terrorists, man, what am I going to do with Juraboev here? Yeah?
He needs love, Chris. Come on.
I know.
You got to dispense more love from yourself. All these people are hurting here.
They're hurting because they're too stupid to live. I'm sorry, they are. God. At least Kirstie's got the drug excuse, but what is with everybody else?
Okay, good. We're in pretty good company.
Well, yes. Well, despite the visit from the FBI, Juraboev continued to talk with Sedekametov or whatever about a plan to fight for the Islamic State. Later in August, investigators intercepted an electronic communication between Juraboev and Abu Bakr Baghdadi. Yes, the Iraq-based administrator for Islamic State News, in which he asked for advice on how to sneak out of the United States without getting caught by the FBI. Well, here's an idea. Don't go on social media and websites and say that, is it okay if I kill the president and then get killed in the attempt? That might be your first hint on how to get out of the U.S. undetected, is maybe don't declare your undying love for is. Maybe don't declare your undying love for killing Americans. Maybe don't threaten that president of the United States' life and ask if it's okay to get killed afterwards. These are just some of the things that are immediately coming to mind when someone poses the question to me, what is the best way to get out of the United States undetected? Probably not to threaten the president. I'm just thinking that's...
You are
no,
a douchebag.
No, no, I'm sorry. I'm not. I should be the president is what I should. That's absolutely it. God damn it. Yes. In one recorded conversation with Jurij Boev and Sedika Metov, yes, allegedly proposed joining the U.S. military so they could pass strategic information to Islamic State. When Jurboyev discounted the plan, Sedika said he could also open fire on American troops and kill as many of them as possible. Again, not a good thing to say within the borders of the U.S. if you're thinking about getting out undetected. Just kind of a hint. Now, the flow of foreign fighters to Syria represents an evolving threat that our country and our allies must face, U.S. Attorney Loretta Lynch said in a statement. We will vigorously prosecute those who attempt to travel to Syria to wage violent jihad on behalf of ISIL and those who support them. If convicted, both idiots could be facing 15 years in prison. And I don't see something like this. They don't deserve to go to prison. They should just either dematerialize in Guantanamo Bay for the next 700 years, or we should just shoot them in the head right now and get it over with. That's my 2 cents there. I'm going to go for our second commercial break late because that's just how I'm rolling today. I'm just totally screwed. But when we come back, we're going to get into, well, finally, Iran. And yes, the joy that is our peace talks and diplomacy and all the good things that aren't working worth shit. We'll be back in 2.
You've got it locked to New York's best talk, HTLA Radio 1.
Oh, you went to Tim's? Yeah, I got a latte and I got you your French vanilla. Thanks. Très bien. I love French vanilla. Oui, and they were only $1. Really? Wait, why are you talking with a French accent? Oh, I thought we were doing a thing. No, it's because of my French vanilla. Oh. Indulge in Tim Hortons creamy French vanilla, rich cafe mocha, or irresistible latte. Now only $1. At participating restaurants for a limited time. Small taxes.
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was beautiful. A broom closet. But the worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the
Egyptian cotton towels.
Shower curtain defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York.
Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
This is Ron. Hello. He's the kind of guy who holds the door for people. He never says no to pet sitting for his neighbors. He still helps his friends move. And at work, he loves nothing better than picking up coffees for everybody. Unless, of course, he accidentally forgets someone or gets an order wrong. That's why Ron was excited when Tim Hortons introduced Timmy Run. All he had to do was get everyone in the office to register, input their favorite beverages and how they like them. Now, when Ron decides to make a run to Tim Hortons and he's wondering if any of his friends or colleagues would like a beverage too, all Ron has to do is log into Timmy Run and click on Start a Timmy Run. Then, everyone receives an email alert. If they want to get in on the run, they just select what they want. And all the orders get consolidated into one simple list, which Ron can print off or read from his phone when he arrives at Tim Hortons. Thanks to Timmy Run, when Ron arrives back at the office, everyone gets exactly what they want. And no one gets left out. In other words, everyone ends up happy. Very happy. Timmy Run, the coffee run made easier.
Some said the U.S. has lost its innovative power. We said America is lighting the way as the innovation nation. Singular insights, Superior execution. That's the power of global connections. Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Voted top global research firm 2011, 12, and 13.
I've been so inspired by being in New York because everything from what people are wearing on the street to the way they're interacting with each other, to drive through the West Village at night and you see a couple kissing on the street, or you see someone fighting outside their apartment, or you see so much humanity on a daily basis that even if you're not inspired by your own life that day, you can be inspired by someone else's life.
You got that long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl face and a tight little skirt. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time, 'cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style. Take me out.
There's only one place to get more Taylor. We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
Yeah, that's right. You know, we are HTLA Radio 1, New York's best talk right here. 37 degrees right now, Central Park, sunny. And it won't matter because we are all, I underscore the word all, going to hell. Yes, we are.
I'm a Shakespeare buff.
Yes, George. Perfect timing. Oh man, what do you do when you live in that shoe? I don't know. Well, hello, somebody. I'm just.
I wasn't expecting that reaction.
Okay, well, you know, what is it to be George Takei? Huh?
Oh no! It's in theaters.
What?
Well, you know, in this densely populated city of New York City and Manhattan, there's only one theater that's going to be showing it.
No,
the AMC in the Village.
Okay. What? Never mind. I don't want to know.
You are a douchebag.
I am.
Okay, good. We're in pretty good company.
I would say so. Absolutely.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
All right, well, once again, this show, of course, is brought to you today by the fine folks at Tim Hortons, New York City, now with 8 fine locations in the city to serve all of your coffee and baked goods needs. And George needs my love.
He needs love, Chris. Come on.
Well, I know.
You got to dispense more love from yourself. All these people are hurting here.
Well, I'm here to dispense the love this afternoon. 3:48. To be precise, in the afternoon here in New York City for this Wednesday, the 25th of February, 2015, and you are listening to Coffee and Cigarettes. Now we just reported, I think it was just yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday on this very show that myself and George and Jenny and Kirstie and Louie, we all sat here as I went through the stories about how the American government can't. There's a lot of factors in this whole ISIS, ISIL, Khorasan, Al-Qaeda, terrorism, Syria, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, the Palestinians are in there. The list goes on and on of all the mess that is the Middle East, that our diplomats are saying, well, you know, we can't piss off Iran because they're key to this, that, and the next thing, and we need to stay allies with them. We need to massage them. We need to give them more of our money that isn't worth anything. We need to give them more of that because you know the more of this money that isn't worth anything, the more that we give them, indeed, the better our chances will be of finding safe and secure and happy resolutions with all that we're screwing with in the Middle East. Yes, that's what we reported pretty much yesterday. Today, of course, has that changed? Well, no, No, just because Iran blew up a mock U.S. aircraft carrier in its defense drills for the first time ever, thank you, today, blowing up the replica warship near the Strait of Hormuz in the Persian Gulf, and the American military, of course, has very up-close and personal drone footage of these actions happening in real time today. Well, they didn't even have to, because state TV footage showed missiles being fired at the carrier nearly a year after the U.S. Navy disclosed that Iran was constructing a replica ship. The full-scale model was attacked, of course, today by cruise and ballistic missiles, as well as rockets fired from speedboats, according to Iran's semi-official Fars news agency. I guess they're not quite as credible as Twitter. The message of these war games, oh, that's it. Yes, I'm mistaken. They're clearly war games, and in no way should we take this as any kind of threat to the U.S. whatsoever. Yeah, really? Because, you know, I could get a life-size replica of I don't know, Muhammad Ali and take it out and video myself shooting it and beheading it and kicking it in the balls and doing all these good things. And, geez, do you think I'd be labeled as a racist, huh? Yeah, racist. Right there, in your face. He's a racist. He cut off the head of Muhammad Ali. And well, it wasn't really Muhammad Ali. It was just a replica, a likeness. Just like this. This wasn't actually the USS Enterprise. It wasn't the USS Lexington. It wasn't any of the U.S. ships, aircraft carriers that we all know and love. No, but it was a replica of one. Yes, but they're just war games. Don't worry about it. Well, the message of these war games is that others should pay good heed to the point that they should not take any action near the Islamic Republic's security circle. This coming from General Muhammad Ali Jafari. Yes, he sounds quite a bit like Jafar from Aladdin. Yeah. The Guard's chief commander said today, according to Fars, we believe Iran to be the defenders of the Strait of Hormuz security and showed this in our war games today by destroying this American aircraft carrier. Well, the drills, dubbed the Great Prophet 9... The Great Prophet who, mayhaps? Muhammad? Oh, no. Allah? Yes, sorry. Also involved shooting down drones and planting mines, far as reported. The Guard's Navy commander, Rear Admiral Fadavi... Yes, apparently that's his full name right there. Admiral Ali Fadavi. There we go. Told Fars that the nation's mine-laying capability is the most important concern of the Americans. We have the most advanced sea mines, which cannot be imagined by the Americans, he added. Right. Okay, so you desert rats over there. You have the most advanced sea mines which cannot be imagined. Yeah, I don't know. I can imagine some pretty amazing frickin' mines, but that doesn't actually put them in the Strait of Hormuz or indeed in front of any of my carrier groups, you sons of bitches. No, it doesn't.
You are a douchebag.
No, I think, yeah. See, I think George here is obviously an Al-Qaeda sympathizer. That's what I'm gonna. Yeah, see, they should have kept you interned. You're a danger to the American public.
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut. Always hustling, always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Yeah, yes, that too, and they did it without imaginary minds. Yeah, so you just watch it there, Commander, Captain, whatever. Last month, Fadavi said his force is capable of sinking American aircraft carrier groups in the event of war. And that quote was not from Fars, or as I like to call it, Farscape. No, that was actually from the Associated Press. Okay, so Mr. Fadavi, why would you go out and say publicly to the Associated Press and indeed the rest of the world that your force is capable of sinking, quote, American aircraft carrier groups in the event of war, while we're sitting here going, oh, well, we need to keep talks open with Iran because... what? Well, Commander Kevin Stevens, the spokesman for the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet in Bahrain, downplayed the attack on the mock ship, saying the U.S. military was, quote, not concerned about this existence. We're quite confident our naval forces have the ability to defend themselves, he said. According to the Associated Press, it seems that they've attempted to destroy the equivalent of a Hollywood movie set. About 1/5 of the world's oil passes through the Strait of Hormuz, and of course, if there are mines in there that cannot be imagined by the Americans, what the hell is going to happen to the world's oil supply? See where I'm going there? Well, the U.S. has been concerned in the past that Iran should disrupt the oil flow or attack American ships in the region. Would not be good. The drills come as Iran, of course, negotiates with the United States and other Western nations over its disputed nuclear weapons program. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. So, okay, we're going to continue our nuclear weapons program. We're not going to talk to the American diplomats. Oh, here's a display of our awesome Navy power. Bring it on, U.S. carrier groups, end quote. And then, no, we're not going to negotiate with the United States and the Western nations over oil. Screw that. Yeah, we're going to keep going on our nuclear. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. This oh baby, of course, is brought to you by the fine folks at Marlboro Black. Oh, baby. Yeah. Oh, my. Oh, my. There you go. Yeah, so Iran is going to continue with their nuclear weapons program. Neener. That's about it. And, yeah. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you that it won't be long before they are nuclear capable and ready and firing ICBMs at the United States while we continue to tell our public that we can't piss around with Iran. It's delicate negotiations and we need to maintain vigilance and yada, yada, yada. So I will meet you all in the bunker. All right. I know, George, a little delayed reaction there. Louie, thank you once again, as always, for coming by on the show.
You being Catholic, you realize that you can have birth control. You realize that?
I do, and thank you. I will start practicing immediately. Kirstie, Allie, wonderful to have you. Thank you very much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. And the one, the only George Takei, thank you. As always, you've made this show something just special.
I've enjoyed it thoroughly. It has been a fantastic experience.
Yeah, as it is all the time. And a reminder to all of you that it is, of course, the Wednesday Grinder, so that means it's Film Wednesday on HTLA. So coming up 8 o'clock Eastern, we've got the one, the only Kate Taylor with her Real Talk. And, of course, yours truly with Film Uno o Uno coming up right behind it at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. Hold on to your butts. All you iHeart folks out there, well, you've tuned into the right place now. You can ignore all the other crap you hear on iHeart because the big guns are in town, and it's HTLA Radio 1 New York. There you go. So to everyone else, have a great Wednesday. And if you don't catch the shows tonight, be sure and catch Coffee and Cigarettes tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, for the Thursday Double-Double. Have a good one.
We're New York's best talk radio,